Rufai Hussaini, let us interrogate the numbers. Welcome to the news and thank you for tuning in to listen. From his utterances and notoriety for talking down on his guest, Arise television morning show anchor, Rufai Hussaini Watts and all, has turned into a loose cannon without a doubt. Truth be told, his unconvincing pseudo intellectual posturing is sure not doing him any good. He's cheap and the soldiers arrogant, and I know it all demeanor while on air, though excitable to him, as not boding well with discerning viewers of Arise television. This Monday morning, Rufai again displays his prescient and undying love for quoting apocalyptic statistics, but it was gratifying he more than met his match in the comment Ayodele Adewale, a former chairman of Amuwo-Odofin local government. Interestingly, Bolaji Tunji, former editor-in-chief of New Telegraph, paid attention to what transpired on today's edition of the morning show and thus wrote on his Facebook page, "This Honorable Ayodele, former chairman of Amuwo-Odofin local government and the state organizing secretary of the All Progressive Congress, is quite brilliant. The fact that a figure was given by UNESCO about out-of-school children and maternal mortality rate does not make it infallible. His reposite was brilliant." Now, let us delve into the substantive issue. Rufai is very fond of quoting WHO, UNDP, World Bank, UNESCO, and other statistics of doubtful status on the Rise television as if they are holy grail. Pray, what is the basis for a television presenter to permanently wear a sadistic countenance while discussing issues about his country? Rufai's habit of digging Scotch-aired data just to force a guest to align with his jaundiced point of view is becoming a put-off and an embarrassment. I'd find it quite irritating that when television anchors who daily should educate viewers from a broad and informed perspective gleefully quote data on poverty, out-of-school children, and other military index figures about Nigeria. These figures, more often than not, do not make sense. Many questions will surface. How are these data figures arrived at? What empirical, scientific, and realistic heuristic were used in arriving at such figures? Who did the heck count arrive at the figures being bandied around? Are all of these the handwork of desk officers in a cozy office in Washington and other Western capitals who are far detached from the realities we face here? It is quite worrisome that each time this imperialist organization with their own agenda label Nigeria as the poverty capital of the world, our journalists and public intellectuals are quick to embrace such unflattering and demeaning narratives, even while other countries vehemently reject such labels. India, United Kingdom, United States, and many other nations have had cause to reject some of these reports in the past, while we gladly lap them up with relish. Let us interrogate a few of these claims. First, are the people labeled poor in Nigeria and across Africa actually poor in the truest sense of the word? Is the definition and classification of poverty in Europe and America the same as Africa? The answer is no. While a person may not be able to live on $2 per day in the US, an African can live on same amount per day with good meal. Why not deny issues of poverty and other human developmental changes we face? Can we at least subject some of these pejorative conclusions to rational and rigorous thinking and analysis? To the much rehashed out-of-school children figures, what explains the perennial increase in the numbers despite annual school enrollment in public and private primary schools across the country? For most part of this new century, 13 million have been claimed as the number of the out-of-school children. I recall reading the report of a UNESCO country representative who said the number dropped to 10 million in Nigeria some 4 years ago. Question is, at what point did it balloon to 20 million again, given the fact that many state governments are building more primary schools and expanding number of classrooms to accommodate more pupils? Why are we not getting the number of annual school enrollments per state from same people and organizations that are always trumpeting the figures of those not in school? Just last week, the world celebrated the World Teachers' Day. It was a special occasion for state governors and federal government to reel out what was done to improve education at primary and secondary levels. I took my time to read the speeches of many governors on the issue, and all of them spoke about how they have built new schools, renovated existing ones, and employed more teachers. No one organization has disputed these claims. The outgoing governor of my state, Dr. Kaide Fahimi, in a speech disclosed that he built 10 new secondary schools and 6 new primary schools in the last 4 years to take care of the increment in enrollment, which increased from 191,000 in primary school to 263,000 within the period. Lagos state government has also done remarkably well in this regard. From the Asiwaju Bola Tinubu era to the present administration under Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, hundreds of new classrooms and schools have been built and expanded in the last 22 years. The story is similar across the state, and the FCT with Special Intervention Fund from the Universal Basic Education Commission, UBEC. So, who are the governors building new schools and classrooms for if the number of out-of-school children keep galloping year in, year out? This remains a puzzle to decipher. For me, it is not just enough for these multilateral institutions to throw any figure at us for show hosts like Ofayo Seni to parrot on national television without such subject to critical scrutiny. Well, uncle, let me say this. There is so funny. Say now governors will be saying that they loot, now go believe. I don't believe these people. I'm so sorry. These people have lost our respect and trust for a very long time. We have given them our mandates back to back, and they don't call us foolish every single time they did that. I tell you, I don't believe, say, because governors come out and say they build school. I beg you. Okay, let me give you a particular example. Just like what it's called. I think the Imo State governor, they invited the president to come and commission a particular road. Do you know, I started hearing from that particular news, people are just saying, which road? The road that he has not even concluded. That was what people are saying, They were like, I stay around this place, this road never even reach anywhere. You don't understand why the commission. So tell me, now those kind of people, I can't want believe them. I beg, see, the thing is, if it depend them say Nigerians are always speaking on the negative, then they should do something about it. Because clearly, I have seen that any issue that Nigerians do not loud, they don't have any committee that sees to it. They don't take care of those things. It is when Nigerians come and start saying, oh, this one is happening, that is when the government will be awakened. Let us tell ourselves the truth. When the figure is favorable, it becomes authentic. But when it's not favorable, it becomes fake. Nothing you guys will do to justify a piece's failure. You prefer TVC and NT that will be telling you what you want to hear. No wonder those rubber stamp TV television has never grown beyond anything. Rufai will keep choking all of you. Meanwhile, he has been inviting Tinubu to come and talk to Nigerians. We are waiting for him. Alright, on this note, we've come to the end of the news. We say thank you for tuning in to listen. Until I come your way next time, enjoy.